Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. About a month ago, there was this story in the mainstream headlines about a mother having to dial 911 to report that her sons were trying to kill her and the father. I covered this story on my written blog, but I did not cover it on my video channel. Several of you have asked me to cover it, so I'm doing it for you. But what I want you guys to know is that if a story is in the mainstream media, it is most likely a hoax, and that is the first thing your mind should go to. If it is a legit story and it's in the mainstream media, the only reason it would be covered is because it fits into the agenda of what the mainstream is trying to promote. And right now, the mainstream media is trying to promote chaos, feelings of racial animosity. This story ties right in. Children trying to cover their parents. Let's get into what's interesting right away. The headline, "My sons are trying to kill me," has gematria of 112. And the reason this is so interesting is because the story is about 911. And if you're not aware, 112 is the alternate dialing code for 911. If you punch in 112 to your phone right now, you're going to be connected to 911. If you doubt me, try it, and in moments you will be on the operator with 911. This is in the United States. So the 1112 headline fits for a story about dialing 911. Let's watch the mainstream coverage. This is from the local Atlanta channel near where the story took place. Notice it goes on air at 11:02. Drop the zero, you got 112 again. This is how the mainstream media operates, from CNN to local networks and the rest of them. This is what the Zionists and the Masons do. It is Zionists and Masons who run our media. Here we go.
Top story tonight, Gwinnett County Police say they have no idea why two brothers allegedly to try to viciously kill their own parents this morning. The two are now in jail facing charges of aggravated assault and arson. Now, it all happened at the family's home on Forbes Trail Road outside of Snellville. Our Ryan Kruger was the first.
Notice the charge of aggravated assault. The story is that they supposedly tried to murder their parents. So why isn't there attempted murder? That's a fair question to ask. In these hoaxes, the details never add up. Let's continue.
Reporter on the scene there. He's been there all night gathering information. Ryan?
Keith, it's very clear that Gwinnett County Police are being very meticulous with their investigation. They had investigated.
It's probably no coincidence that they sent out a guy with the name Kruger. Think about what that name evokes in your mind. How about Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street?
On scene at this house for more than 9 hours today, searching the house for evidence. It is very clear this evening that the mother and father are very lucky to be alive. A horrific crime that no one in this quiet neighborhood can comprehend.
I'm just in shock because this is something that
This guy's name is Clinton Miller. We will see as we decode the headline. Both the names Clinton and Miller have gematria of 33. This story comes from the 33rd parallel. 33s are often coded into hoaxes. Here's a crisis actor, and yet another fake story, likely.
Yeah, we just don't expect here.
Two brothers in jail, charged with trying to kill their own parents.
Notice when they put their screens on the face, the time is at 11:03. Drop the zero, you have 113. The number so often coded into hoaxes, the words mainstream, green screen, dishonest, all have gematria of 113. The Zionists in their holy book, Bava Kama 113a, says a Jew can circumvent a Gentile by lying to them. That is what the mainstream media does on the daily.
Just before 8 Saturday morning, as their sons are viciously attacking them, Zachary Ervin distracts them long enough for Yvonne Ervin to call 911. Then the line goes silent.
Had she not been able to make that 911 call, it's very uncertain what would have happened.
Police get to the house just in the nick of time. The father has been stabbed, the mother badly beaten. Clinton Miller saw it all unfold outside his window next door. How did the dad look when you saw him?
He wasn't in good shape at all. He was bleeding pretty badly. And so we're really concerned for him.
Police believe both Zachary and Yvonne will recover from their injuries. The two sons, 22-year-old Christopher and 17-year-old Cameron, surrender without a fight. In another unusual twist, police say the brothers cut the natural gas line of the house in an attempt to burn it down. Thankfully, they were unsuccessful.
We're still investigating motive. They have been interviewed. They have been cooperative, but yet as far as confirmation of what the motive is still a mystery to us.
A horrific scene that played out here today. Cameron and Christopher Ervin are still in the Gwinnett County Jail tonight. Keith, as you said earlier, right now they are facing charges of aggravated assault and arson. Back to you in the studio.
What a frightening story. All right, Ryan, thank you for the update.
So there it was, Truth Seekers. The video just crashed, but I got it back up. I was saying that the brothers' names, Christopher and Cameron, both have C initials. C is the third letter. C and C is a lot like 33, this number often coded into the hoax. The name Cameron itself has Pythagorean gematria of 33, Christopher 67. And what's interesting about Cameron's name is his full name, Cameron Ervin, in simple English gematria sums to 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. I suspect that these names are made up for this hoax. With regards to the last name Ervin, the family's name, notice the coding within the letters. 59495. What stands out is the 59 and 95. 59 is a number coded over black Americans throughout history. The word Negro equals 59. The word slave equals 59. The word blues equals 59. Motown Records came out in 59. So did Miles Davis, whose name gematria equals 59. The Zionists are who are responsible for this. They seem to have hatred for all people who aren't Jews, but they seem to have extra hatred for black Americans, which I don't have to explain to many black people living in this nation. However, many black Americans are taught to blame white people, and, that is for a reason. There's a lot of ignorant white people who pick up on the propaganda that's taught to them to hate black people for no reason, but it is the Zionists who are doing this, who are dividing us all by race. You see little kids play together. It doesn't matter what race they are. They just play together as human beings. I think as adults we would all be the same way if we hadn't been taught to hate so much of our lives. So let's go back up here and see what else is interesting. We were talking about how 112 is the code for 911. It was the Gwinnett police who responded to the 911 call. Gwinnett equals 112. This is what I mean when I say these stories are all coded with numbers that are relevant. The town that it happened in was Snellville, Georgia. This town's interesting for a few reasons. We've seen a lot of 122 coding and hoaxes in the last year. Snellville has the gematria of 122. Notice that Snellville equals 929 in Jewish gematria. So does United States of America. And all of these stories are propaganda for the nation. United States of America in Pythagorean gematria equals 84. Look at where Snellville is, on the 84th meridian and the 33rd parallel. Also, I've been pointing out in recent videos how 58 and 85 are getting coded a lot in hoaxes. Through the name Snellville, Georgia, it codes both 85 and 58. How about that? Written Snellville, Georgia, the full word. When you reduce it with the abbreviation, 58. Also, notice the age of the boys, 17 and 22. If you take the numerology of 17, it becomes 8. If you take the numerology of 22, it becomes 4. 8, 4. Possibly another 84 for the coordinates. Also, if you add those numbers together, it sums to 39, which is the number for the synagogue of Satan, who go by the Old Testament of 39 books. The coding is relentless. It is so redundant. I should mention that the name Ervin has gematria of 32. The word America equals 32. 7/4/1776. The nation's birth has numerology of 32. We got our independence from the UK, which has simple English gematria of 32. 31, 32, 33 are the ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry, summing to 96 like the word Freemason. Here's that neighbor we saw, Clinton Miller. Both the names Clinton and Miller equal 33. It's a hoax, Truth Seeker. It is a hoax. So for all of you who wanted me to do the video, here it is. Please spread the knowledge. Black Americans, please wake up. It is the Zionist Jews who hate us all. Every time you blame a white person, you're falling into the trap. All right, until next time.